Echoes from the future that never came to be. The universe is full of silent stories. Some stories never get told. Some futures never happen. Yet sometimes, even a future that never came to be leaves behind an echo, a whisper carried across time, space, and memory. This is the story of one such echo. It began on a quiet night on Earth, in a world that believed the future was safe. It began with a message that no one expected, from voices that did not exist yet, and from a tomorrow that humanity would never reach. This is the story of how those echoes changed everything. It started with a single sound. A low hum, soft and steady, drifted through the deep space receivers at the global listening station. Most nights were quiet. The machines listened to static, the sound of nothingness, the gentle hiss of stars burning billions of miles away. But tonight, the static shifted. At exactly 2:14 a.m., the monitors flickered. A thin blue line crawled across the screen. The hum changed pitch, rising slowly, forming a pattern that looked almost like a heartbeat. Myra, a man, the only technician on duty, leaned closer. She whispered, That can't be natural." The hum began forming pulses, long, short, long, short. It was too clean, too intentional, too alive. And then a voice spoke. Not fully human, not fully machine. A strange mixture of both. The voice said only one thing. Do not follow the path we followed. Then everything fell silent again. By morning, the echo had spread everywhere. News channels replayed the sound over and over. Scientists argued on live broadcasts. Some said it was a prank. Some said it was an alien message. Others believed it was an echo from the past, distorted by cosmic storms. But one man disagreed entirely. Dr. Elias Varin, a theoretical physicist known for his strange ideas, claimed, "This is a message from the future, our future." People laughed at him on television, but he did not care. His eyes were sharp and tired, as if he had been waiting for this moment all his life. He said the echo was a warning sent back through time by a civilization that no longer existed. Our own future selves, he explained, telling us that the path we are on ends badly. Governments called emergency meetings. The military increased global surveillance. Religious leaders claimed the message was a sign. Millions of people searched for meaning. But Myra, a man, the woman who heard the echo first, kept listening. And she realized something no one else had noticed. The message wasn't complete. There were tiny gaps in the signal, blank spaces, like missing pieces of a puzzle. Something else was hidden inside the hum. For 3 days, Myra hardly slept. She replayed the echo again and again. Everyone else was studying the voice, but she focused on the silences. She had a feeling they meant something. On the 4th night, Myra connected all the silence patterns side by side. Suddenly she gasped. The gaps formed symbols, simple geometric shapes. Triangles, circles, lines, and each one repeated in a sequence. She rushed to Dr. Elias Varin. "These aren't errors," she said breathlessly. "They are coordinates. Coordinates from the future." Elias stared at the data, stunned. "The future is telling us where something went wrong," he whispered. But when they plotted the coordinates on a map, their excitement turned to fear. The coordinates pointed to places on Earth connected to a single global project, Project Helios, a plan to build a massive quantum energy reactor by 2090. A reactor that would power the whole planet. A reactor expected to change human life forever. A reactor that, according to the echoes, would destroy everything. Before the world could react, another echo arrived. This one was stronger, sharper, almost desperate. Myra ran to the listening station, heart pounding. Elias arrived minutes later. The hum started again. But this time, the voice trembled. "We thought we could save our dying world. We built the Helios core. But we were wrong. We tore open a door that should never have been opened." Static crackled. The voice glitched. "We are speaking from the last moment before the collapse. This is all we can send. Do not repeat our fate." The hum dissolved into screams, echoing, distorted, metallic, like millions of voices fading into darkness. Then silence swallowed the room. Myra shook. Elias stared blankly. The world fell into panic. Governments halted Project Helios. Cities erupted in fear. Protests spread like wildfire. Conspiracy theories grew faster than truth. Everyone demanded answers. But the future was silent. In the middle of global chaos, Myra and Elias continued their work. They believed there was more hidden inside the echoes. For weeks, they searched through every second of the recording. On the 42nd day, Myra noticed something new, an extremely faint tone beneath the hum, so soft it almost didn't exist. A whisper. When they isolated it, they realized it wasn't a sound. It was a pattern of numbers. A blueprint. Elias leaned over the computer slowly, his voice shaking. This is technology. Not alien technology. Human technology. From a future humanity would never reach. The blueprint showed a device, small, elegant, shaped like a ring, that could bend time just enough to send messages across centuries. The future had built it. The future had used it. And the future had died because of it. But maybe, just maybe, the past could use it differently. Weeks passed. The tension on Earth grew unbearable. Some nations wanted to destroy everything related to Project Helios. Others wanted to build the new device from the blueprint, believing it could save humanity. Arguments turned to threats. Threats turned to conflict. Myra watched the world crumble and wondered if this was the real warning, the future showing how fear could destroy a civilization even without a reactor. One night, she turned to Elias. "We need to decide," she said softly. "Do we trust the warning?" Elias closed his tired eyes. "The future is gone," he whispered. "But maybe their echoes can build a better one for us." Together, they formed a global coalition of scientists, not governments, not corporations, people who simply wanted the truth. And they began building the ring-shaped device. Not to send messages, but to receive them fully. To listen to the complete story of the future that had died. On the night the device powered on, the world held its breath. The ring glowed with pale light. The air trembled. Myra felt her pulse slow, as if time itself was holding still. A soft voice emerged. Clearer than ever. "Human. Very human. We are what remains of your future. We failed. The Helios core created too much energy, more than space-time could hold. We collapsed our own reality." The voice paused, shaking. "But before the end, we built this device. Not to save ourselves, but to save you." Silence. Then, "Do not fear the future. Fear the choices that blind you. Fear the pride that convinces you that nothing can go wrong. Fear the belief that you are invincible." Myra felt tears gathering. The voice continued. "We send this echo not to frighten you, but to give you the chance we lost. You can build a better path. One we will never live to see." Then the final words. "Let us fade. And you, live." The light dimmed. The sound vanished. The echoes ended forever. Earth changed that night. Project Helios was permanently shut down. Nations formed a pact to avoid technologies that could destabilize time, space, or life. Scientists created new global safety laws. Humanity slowed its rush toward dangerous progress and turned toward sustainable paths. People still argued. Some still doubted the echoes. But most understood something very simple. The future is fragile. Elias became the head of a new research institute dedicated to studying parallel timelines. Myra became the director of the Global Listening Station. Every year, on the night of the first echo, the world held a silent hour of remembrance, not for a tragedy they had lived, but for a tragedy they avoided. The echoes from the future never returned. Maybe because the future had changed. Maybe because the timeline that sent the warnings no longer existed. Or maybe because silence was the final gift from the people humanity never became. Years later, Myra stood alone under the night sky. Stars filled the darkness like scattered memories. She closed her eyes and took a deep breath. The world was different now. Not perfect, but calmer, more thoughtful, more human. She whispered into the quiet air. "Thank you." And though the sky gave no answer, Myra felt something. Not a sound, not a message, just a feeling. A quiet echo of hope. A future, rewritten. A tomorrow finally free to exist.